talk some Major League Baseball with all you Major League fans out there across the world. How's it going, everyone? Mark Spencer is back here once again talking some Major League Baseball, folks. Hey, we're getting close to the MLB trade deadline for this episode. And my great episodes of all time. You know, I haven't done too many this year. I did one at the very beginning of the season in April. And it's been a while since I've been able to get back here and do another one. So MLB Trade Rumors is back, folks, for this beautiful, actually rainy day on July the 23rd, 2014. And it's good to be back talking some Major League Baseball, folks. Yeah, next week, Wednesday, is the trade deadline. This past week, we did see one deal go down, and it was for Chase Headley. Headley will be heading from the Padres. It's already happened. This is a whole deal. Headley's heading from the Padres. You know, the longtime Padre, Chase Headley. You know, he's done pretty good for them over the years. You know, he's been kind of inconsistent, but come July, he starts to heat up. So now he goes to the New York Yankees for two good prospects, and Solarte and Del Paul. So, I mean, these are two really great prospects the Yankees have, and they could send for basically a rental in Chase Headley. You know, Headley's a good player. He works hard. He makes things happen, and that's all you ask for. You know, you just want to get the best you can get out of these guys. So, when I look at it, we'll have to see. Okay, so one deal's done. Will there be more deals? And that's the key. You know, you're always looking to make a deal that will make your team better. And you look at the teams in the hunt. You look at the Boston Red Sox. They're at the bottom, but, you know, they're still in the hunt. So as long as they're in the hunt, I mean, anything's possible. So we'll have to see. And when it comes down to it, you know, you have to have your best foot forward. And I think with the Red Sox, you know, they're either going to be sellers or they're going to be buyers. I've heard some rumors that John Lester isn't going to resign with the team, period. And I feel that they might trade him. Or you look at the Red Sox situation and Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee would be a good pickup, even though you have to pay quite a bit of money the next few years. But if you lose Lester to free agency, you can still keep both and take a run at another World Series this year. Even if you lose Lester in the offseason, you still have Cliff Lee next season. You know, Cliff Lee's getting up there. What is he, 34 now? But, you know, he can still pitch. It's the same thing for Ryan Howard. You know, even though he's getting benched right now, he can still get the job done. I think when you look at Ryan Howard, you're looking at a guy at one time, you know, he was up there with some of the best hitters in baseball. He was the MVP. He's the last player in Major League Baseball to hit 60-plus home runs in a season. And, you know, all the potential is still there, Ryan Howard. I still think he's an MVP type player still, even though he's had the injuries over the years. He's had, you know, he's had pain in his Achilles, you know, after he had the Achilles injury. You know, he hasn't been the same. But, you know, what's to say that Ryan Howard can't catch fire? His bat gets going again. He goes to a team that really needs help, needs a first baseman with all of his experience. The only thing is he's still making a ton of money. The Phillies probably have to eat a little bit of that contract. You know, Howard still, in my mind, is one of the game's best first basemen. And here's a guy that can hit, that can get the job done, make things happen. I mean, it's all about belief. And if you believe in your abilities, and I know Ryan Howard still believes in his abilities, and we'll just have to see if, you know, there's talk they'll release him after the season. I think he gets traded at the non-waiver deadline next week. Or he gets traded in August. He clears waivers and then gets traded. A team might take a chance on him, but he needs to get his bat going. We'll just have to see what happens to Ryan Howard. I still think he's a great player. We'll just have to see. There's talk that Chase Utley could be moved next week, and there's talk that Jimmy Rollins could be moved next week. So we'll have to see. A.J. Burnett, I'm hearing rumors. I just listened to watching the ESPN game, you know, between the San Francisco Giants and the Philadelphia Phillies that there's talk that A.J. Burnett might be heading back to the team he helped last year make the playoffs for the first time in 20 years, the Pittsburgh Pirates. There's talk that they're putting together a package that could get him out of Philadelphia. And there's the Orioles. They're desperate for pitching. And I've been hearing that, Burnett would love to go pitch for the Orioles because he didn't put him on his no-trade list. The Pirates are not on his no-trade list, so we'll have to see. I could even see the New York Yankees taking a run at A.J. Burnett, even the Toronto Blue Jays. Just let me put that name out there, the Toronto Blue Jays. They haven't been playing good of late. It looks like they're playing good against the Red Sox tonight, even though they got creamed in one game. Was it 14-2? The one yesterday. I think the game is over between them and the Red Sox. I'll have to see the score, but it looks like Yankees won today, 2-1 in a rain delay game. So that's another win for the Yankees. Blue Jays won 6-4. R.A. Dickey picks up the win. Jansen gets the close. I watched a bit of that game, and you know what? The Blue Jays are a team. There has been talk the last few days that the Blue Jays are looking maybe to acquire a former Blue Jay and Alex Rios. Another depth move. We'll just have to see what happens. There's talk that they still are interested in Ben Zobrist. They are interested in Chase Utley. So we'll have to see what happens there. The Detroit Tigers, for my mind, I think the Detroit Tigers will reacquire Joaquin Benoit. They haven't had a good, solid bullpen since he left. Nathan hasn't pitched amazing this year, but hey, that's what happens. Sometimes you're going to get the best pitching, and then sometimes you're not going to get the best pitching at all. So in the end, you just got to play your game. And remember, it's just a game. Just have fun. Enjoy what you got going. And that's the key. You have to believe in your ability. And that's what these guys are. They play their hearts out, they work their butts off, and they make things happen. And that's the key in Major League Baseball. Just go out there, have fun, and enjoy the game. And that's the key, no doubt about it. And the Houston Astros looks like they probably will be dealing some players like Chad Qualls. They have Feldman, they have Fowler, and they have Castro. So my suggestion, what I'm hearing from John Heyman of CBS Sports, is they might move Feldman. They might move Fowler, but the chances of those guys getting moved at the deadline next week is 0. And that's all I got to say. The chances of those guys getting moved by next week's deadline are 0. So we'll see what happens. Houston are sellers. Matt Kemp is still available. I wouldn't be surprised if the Mariners managed to get David Price and managed to get Ben Zobrist and get Matt Kemp in 2 separate deals. If they manage to do this, it would be pretty amazing. But my gut tells me a deal between the Cardinals and the Rays could be probably finalized by the weekend. Just remember, they're playing the Rays right now. The Rays and the Cardinals played tonight. Actually, the score is 2-0 Rays over the Cardinals. So I could see a deal getting done in the next few days here between the Cardinals and the Rays. It'll probably be a blockbuster. David Price, maybe another player, and the Cardinals giving up from very blue chip prospects in their farm system, pitching, bats, you name it. Send in some really good players to the Tampa Bay Rays to help them in their rebuild a little bit. It's not so much a rebuild, but just getting some help along the way. They're still in the hunt. They beat Cardinals tonight. They're right back in the race. They're only, 7 games back. So if you really think about it, the Orioles still have to play the Angels tonight. They won yesterday. And so, if they win tonight, that's 7 games. And if the Orioles lose, they're 7 games back. The Blue Jays won tonight. They're, 3 games back. So, that's what it is. You have to keep winning. You only win it to stay in it, right? So you have to continue to win to have a shot of winning the World Series. You want to keep winning. And that's all you ask for, opportunity. So it looks like Sergio Santos is going to the minors. He accepted his AAA assignment. Didn't elect for free agency, so that's good. It's good for a good veteran like Sergio Santos, who I believe is still a great pitcher. I remember when he was closing for the Chicago White Sox, and he was awesome. He showed what he can do. He showed that he's still one of the game's good young pitchers. He's had arm problems the last few years, like every other pitcher in Major League Baseball. But in the end, that's what happens. You're going to get hurt. You're going to feel hurt. And injuries happen to the best of us. And that's the name of the game. And J.R. Jurgens does the same thing. He's going to the minor leagues to work on a few things. J.R. Jurgens was a former All-Star, two-time All-Star, when he was pitching for the Atlanta Braves. And he's had nothing but bad luck the last few years. Even when he pitched at the World Baseball Classic in 2013, he just hasn't been the same pitcher when he was with the Atlanta Braves. When he was an electric style type pitcher, had awesome stuff. He just was awesome to watch play. But that's what happened. Injuries happen. Players, just bad luck. Sometimes you need some luck in this game, and sometimes you don't get none. That's just the way life is. Well, folks, thanks for watching.